On the CME futures trading platform, XRP just broke a record. It's exploding up. Additionally, I wanted to examine data from all of the main futures platforms. Can this aid in the price increase of XRP? And if this growth persists, what do we anticipate at the end of the year? This information was thrown into confusion by me. Just in time for the 2-month mark, XRP futures experienced their busiest trading day to date last week. What's happening here then? I also wanted to look at data related to futures across all major platforms, I stated. That data is here. We are examining CME first, with a start date of May 19, 2025, with a trading volume of 235 million. It was the largest single day and set a new platform record. By July 18, 2025, 49.6 million XRP has been earned in under 2 months. In June 2025, the combined global volume of XRP futures trading across all major exchanges, Binance, Bitco, and Up exchanges, rose to about 4 billion in a single spike. Just Binance was responsible for 30% of this total. In July 2025, open interest increased from roughly 3.7 billion the month before to a peak of over 10.6 billion across platforms. The majority of open interest is focused on Bitget, OKX, Bybit, and Binance. During the July rally, more than 5 adoption and market share institutions looking for regulated exposure are drawn to CME, which currently consistently captures between 150 million and 235 million daily. Ladies and gentlemen, it will not be long until this reaches the billions. Native cryptocurrency exchanges continue to be the primary source of high-frequency and retail trading volume, frequently taking the lead during bull run spikes. The growth analysis can be found here. To what extent has the surge occurred? The rise of CME futures exceeded the global 24-hour derivatives volume, which is dominated by the 2 exchanges we discussed, surpasses 8 billion at peak times. Wow. In just 30 days, open interest increased 24% from 3.7 billion to 10.68 billion to 10.6 billion. Therefore, we will reach 20 billion, 30 billion, or 50 billion if we keep growing month after month and are able to get an additional 200% or 100% here or there. This is what we're trying to find. Correlation of prices. The price of XRP increased from $1 till the beginning of 2024 to more than 3. International popularity is highlighted by the fact that more than 45% of CME's XRP futures trade comes from countries outside than North America. Almost half of this volume originates from countries other than the United States. When the United States wakes up and declares that cryptocurrency is now banned in the country, what will happen? In the United States, there are billions of dollars in financial institutions spread across many financial districts, such as those in New York and Chicago. When they begin diving in, what happens? This is going to be insane. Okay, so these are some growth estimates comparing the current monthly growth rates, which range from 10% to 30% month over month, using the real average daily volumes. By December 31st, 2025, the predicted total notional futures volume would be 16.8 billion if the high momentum continues at a rate of 10% every month. At a monthly rate of 20%, you are at 24.3 billion. And you're at 34.8 billion at 30% month over month. It's a lot of money. Unexpected macro developments, new ETF launches, and possible price run-ups are not taken into consideration in this conservative assessment. Therefore, if the ETFs, the spot ETFs, are allowed and all of them debut with billions of dollars in demand and volume, that may well outweigh what we are discussing here. Additionally, if other things happen that enable the price of XRP or Ripple to increase, or if Ripple receives a banking license or something similar, that might also cause the price to rise even further and increase demand on these futures platforms. The surge's main drivers include institutional adoption, the attraction of large asset managers and proprietary trading desks to CME's regulated suite, the clarity of ETFs and regulations, the increasing possibility of XRP ETFs, Canada's anticipated US measures, and a favorable regulatory environment. Global investor base. XRP's attraction for cross-border payments is reflected in the fact that almost half of CME volume now occurs outside of North America. Will this? That's still absurd though. Therefore, anything that accelerates the system, the blockchain as a whole, and the Ripple team have been out there since the beginning, creating the foundation for a revolution in the financial system, mostly through asset transfers. Okay? Data growth on the XRP ledger in 2025 is what I want to examine. So aside from the futures, I just wanted to obtain some more information here. By July 2025, the value of tokenized real-world assets had increased from 5 million to 118 million on the XRP ledger. Recall that the XRP ledger was the launchpad for the EVM sidechain. In the first few weeks alone, 1,400 smart contracts were formed, and the ecosystem gained over $100 million in additional value. Wider XRP usage is being driven by significant partnerships, institutional acceptance, and the introduction of stablecoins like USDC and RLUSD. Over the past 6 months, XRP has added 840,000 new wallets, or over 7,000 new addresses every day. I appreciate you being here, especially if you're new to the XRP space. I cherish you. Many very amazing people have been growing, learning, and studying here for years. I wish you pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to leave a comment and be kind in it as well. At an average of 295,000 each day, daily active addresses have increased 7 times over the past year. Thus, 295,000 of you trade actively each and every day on the ledger of XRP. Some of these films receive 50,000 or 100,000 views, which is absurd. We are communicating with a sizable portion of the 295. Many thanks for it. Of course, there are 2,700 whale wallets that contain at least 1 XRP. As of July 2025, XRP is trading between $2.58 and $3 top, with a market value of 200 billion XRP. This price rise is expected to continue over the next 6 months. The price has increased by 23% in the last 2 weeks and by 30% in the past month alone. Near 260, price technical experts identify a significant obstacle. That was blown away by us, went over all of that as well, with a possible rise to $3. Just have a peek at some further facts here. Expectation for compounding growth. What we need, folks, is the compounded growth, wallet creation, network utilization, and tokenization activities that are reflected in both user and capital measures of XRP. Just what we require, the expansion of tokenized real-world assets, institutional acceptance, and the possibility of ETF approvals are the main forces behind the ecosystem's ongoing growth and price growth over the course of the following 6 to 12 months. The following important factors should be monitored: on-chain activity, wallet growth, accumulation, daily transactions, institutional integrations and enterprise partnerships for tokenized assets, potential ETF spot approvals, continuous network upgrades, and EVM compatibility. Additionally, we know that the XRP Ledger's interledger protocol can scale to 8 billion users. I've written a great deal on this. We won't spend too much time on this. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to let you know about that. Additionally, it appears that certain banks are in a rush to form alliances. Coinbase and PNC Bank have just partnered. Since this video isn't very important, I don't need to play it for you. Since, I believe, 2019, PNC has been an early Ripple partner. When Ripple was sued, I believe PNC took a somewhat different approach to their custody solutions. Listen, banks are seeking partnerships, as I have been telling you. This is not going to end anytime soon. This new infrastructure is necessary for banks. It might take years to build it themselves. Banks will use Coinbase, Circle, and Ripple for this reason. All I'm searching for are major announcements via XRP and Ripple. According to Jack McDonald, more consumer companies, merchants, platforms, and internet organizations are investigating if they need to have their own stablecoin as a result of the Genius Act. Let's be clear though, establishing a stablecoin involves infrastructure, and doing it incorrectly could have repercussions. It's not like launching a new app. Over the coming days, I'll be doing a comprehensive video analysis of this. So guys, make sure you're following the channel. Many thanks.